Hello world, I'm Johnny Littletoe, and we are back for more Talk to Transformer, because I love this, and I find it hilarious. Hopefully you do too. Anyway, for those of you that don't know what this is, it is a neural network learning thing. Basically a computer writes stories based on what I tell it to write stories on. It sometimes is weirdly effective, and in other times it is just absurd. We'll go with absurd. Also sometimes inappropriate, and I don't always realize right away, and that causes for problems. But whatever. We'll just work around that. So I am doing this live. So How do I? How do I see the chat? Here we go. We'll open that. Pause that. Chat is running. I totally forgot to change the name of this. Quickly do that. Going back behind the scenes, cause I don't prepare for things very well. Okay. Live. We are live. We are live. Need to stop forgetting to change things. Edit. Hey, computer, write for me. That'll work. Save. There. That is the new name. It is good. Wait. Oh, I forgot to... I turned off the music because I'm an idiot. Alright. Back to the good old... I'm not sure if I need to worry about this so much now that I can't monetize my videos, but whatevs. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's try. Let me tell you about the worst day of my life. What I learned yesterday is these tend to be a lot more fun if they're in first person. Generating. Okay, what do we have here? Let me tell you about the worst day of my life. On December 30th, 2012, a friend and I were driving to see some friends when the radio came on. I'd already been listening to a lot of music for a few days, so I wasn't expecting much. But it sounded different. It wasn't anything that caught my attention, but I listened for the rest of the ride. It was weird. It sounded like someone playing classical music, and then it all went into reverse. That actually does sound unsettling. I could barely keep my eyes open, because I had to focus on keeping my eyes on the road. That is a very big problem. I had no idea I had no idea where we were going, but it was definitely the wrong way up. I kept my head down and I started driving slowly. This went on for about 30 minutes until I saw a light coming from the other direction. I started the car, but I couldn't get into drive mode. I was too scared to look back. I drove until I hit a bump and the car started. This sounds like a really weird nightmare. Okay, well, not a great job on that one, computer. That didn't make much sense. Let me tell you about the worst day of my life. On April 19th, 2007, I woke up to the news that my mother had been shot in front of my eyes. Wait. Surprise! I didn't know her that well, but she was the most loving, caring person I knew. She loved her family, her friends, and her friends' families. She was the type of person who made everyone she met feel special and loved. She lived for that. She was a true professional at her job, teaching English as a second language. I'm not sure how could have fallen in the middle of the road and been killed. Woke up to the news that my mother had been shot in front of my eyes. Oh, okay. I don't think her car hit the car that killed her. She was shot in the back of the head. So she fell in the middle of the road and then someone shot her in the back of the head. Wow, what a way to go. She was a single mom who loved her children, and she was only 31. She was the life of the party. Her name is Abrar Ahmed, and she was a single mom and proud Muslim who was proud to be a Muslim. Okay, we're getting there. It made a little bit more sense, sort of, at points, kind of. Alright. Let me tell you about the worst day of my life. At the beginning of my junior year of high school, I was at the gym working on my conditioning and trying to find a way to beat the guys I was playing with. The day before, I had gotten into a fight with one of my friends. He had fought a couple of weeks before, and at that point I was getting out of it quickly. But I went back in, and instead of making sure he didn't mess with me again, I decided to take a swing at him, and I guess I made my mistake. He ended up punching me in the nose, and I ended up on the floor with stitches all over my face and some of my hair. The doctor told me that if I was going to get the stitches out, I would need to take a break from basketball. After my freshman year of high school, I moved to the University of Virginia. Wow, well done skipping grades, where I had a chance to get some more playing. Oh boy. Okay, let's do one more of this one. Okay. Let me tell you about the worst day of my life. I was in my office, in the office complex at 6:45 in the morning. We had been working at this company for 3 years, and we had a lot of work to do. I looked out the window and saw a fire burning in the distance. It was burning so hot and the smoke was filling the whole building. I thought, I hope it's not my desk because I will be dead. I saw a lot of smoke but didn't think about the heat. I looked at my office phone and thought, well, maybe it's broken. As you do, I went to look, and there was a lady standing in front of the fire, screaming, yelling, "Help, help, help! They are trying to take my baby!" I went into my office and I locked the door, and I locked the window so no one would come in. I saw the fireman and I said, "I am going to take you away. Do what you can." Okay, so were the firemen trying to take her baby? And was that a problem? Like, were they saving the baby from the fire? I have so many questions. So many questions. Okay. New prompt. Let's see. When I was a baby, I got into all sorts of trouble. Where does this one take us? When I was a baby, I got into all sorts of trouble. I didn't really get into trouble when I was a... Once again, computer, you're turning this around immediately. Come on. I didn't really get into trouble when I was a baby. I didn't start until I was a teenager. I used to drink a lot. What's with the quotations? I used to drink a lot, and that was my way of dealing with stress. I didn't smoke weed, and I wasn't on any drugs at the time. I was a pretty quiet person, and I don't drink alcohol. Get it together, man. I was a bit of a loner. I always felt I had to protect myself. He added that it felt wrong to be part of the church when he was younger. The singer said, I had to leave the church, although it's not as if I was a member. It's just that I didn't feel right to be part of the church. It was something that made me feel very guilty, and that's when I stopped going to church. In my life, I've just done my own thing. That was a whole load of gibberish garbage. When I was a baby, I got into all sorts of trouble. I got thrown out of preschool. Wow. There we go. I got thrown out of preschool because I was getting in trouble, so that wasn't a good sign. I was in a lot of trouble in junior high. I wasn't the best student at all. I got in a lot of fights, and I had a lot of trouble in junior high. That's not much different from a kid growing up in the middle-class community of North Philadelphia. I wonder if that's true. I don't know much about North Philadelphia. That kid would, of course, be more or less guaranteed a spot in college and a bright future, if he's lucky enough to get it. Of course, be guaranteed if he's lucky enough. And then it would be a matter of getting himself on track. The problem was that, as a kid from the city's inner-city neighborhoods, he didn't have anyone to turn to. He had, but still has, no one to talk to about the problems he was experiencing. That's the exact opposite of what happens in, say, rural Appalachia? Where is rural Appalachia? Where is Appalachia? Appalachia. Google. Cultural region in the eastern United States that stretches from the southern tier of New York State to northern Alabama and Georgia. Interesting. Okay. Huh. Okay, let's give this another shot. Computer, generate. Okay, what do we have here? When I was a baby, I got into all sorts of trouble. Sorry. When I was 7, I was caught stealing a pair of shoes. When I was 8, I was caught stealing a book and a teddy bear. Wow, this is actually pretty bad. And when I was 10, when I was just going to get on a bus to go home and change, I was caught stealing a bicycle. As you do when you're going home. And I went to the police station and told them all these stories. They said, you're old enough now to do this. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're old enough to steal. It's fine. But I did it. No, you didn't. I'm going to waste my time on you. If you'd just put your hands up, we'd have found this by now. I got a letter of suspension, and I was suspended for 4 weeks. I went down to the police station and said, I need to know what the rules are here. Yeah, I think I do too, if stealing isn't a big deal after a certain age. The police officer said, "If you want to have a look..." Oh, come on. When I was a baby, I got into all sorts of trouble. One more. Let's do one more of this one. Computer, generate! When I was a baby, I got in all sorts of trouble. They wouldn't put me in the class with the other children, so I was getting bullied. It really doesn't grasp the whole concept of when I was a baby. But whatever. At the same time, I had to stay in school and get into some pretty serious trouble. I got suspended from school twice and had 2 arrests. I remember one time I was walking down the street and my mother got a call that one of my friends was being stabbed. So I ran down to where it happened and found my friend in the street dying. No wonder you're messed up. The police came to my school and I remember my mother crying, saying, "Don't cry, don't cry, we can handle this." They have her a couple of days out of the school. They gave her a couple of days out of the school, but then came the school suspensions and then the arrests. And it tried to input an image. Interesting. He said that he was also sent to a youth center when he was 16 because he had tried to rob someone. Okay, what was it thinking when trying to make this? This is okay. Let's move on. Ooh, I know. Okay. Did I ever tell you the story about the time that Okay, this is definitely a quotation. I caught a fish that was this big? John asked, spreading his arms as far as they would go. Alright. Give me a fish story, computer. Did I ever tell you the story about that time I caught a fish that was this big? John asked, spreading his arms as far as they would go. Why didn't you tell me before? You said you didn't want to know. So tell me what happened. I'm telling you now, John said, taking the fish and taking a step back. He pulled it into his arms, putting his arms around the fish. When I caught this monster, I was at my worst. What happened then? I was depressed, and I was scared. I was scared of everything that was happening to me. I didn't think I could do it. You said that you didn't want to know. I said it because I thought it was something I would be embarrassed about, John said, his voice low, but with the weight of something. All right, that took a weird turn. All right. Did I ever tell you the story about that time I caught a fish that was this big? John asked, spreading his arms as far as they would go. He had just learned about his new job. and this was the day he'd really hoped would be his big break. It's one of the fishiest I've ever seen. Aw, Hermione giggled. I never knew you were so into fishing. I'm not a big fisherman, John answered in a fake tone of voice. I catch a little bit. I have an aquarium, though. I've been catching fish in there for over a year now, and I've never had one that size before. You don't have to do that, Hermione protested. I agree, you do not have to catch fish in an aquarium. Don't you know how hard it is to catch a fish like that? Wait, don't you know how hard it is to catch fish that are like this? We can't go and ask for help. It's illegal to fish for what? Alright, let's do this one more time. It's not having a great time with this. Oh, I just need to. Oh, no. Alright. Did I ever tell you about the story that time I caught a fish that was this big? John asked, spreading his arms as far as they would go. It was the night that the fire was put out. The night that the fire was put out? Oh my gosh, Sarah said. I've been looking for that movie 4 days. Okay. I remember it well, though, because it wasn't a good movie, John told her. It wasn't a movie that I liked, to tell you the truth. I thought it was all a load of crap. I thought it was so terrible that it made me sick. And you went out to the pond and caught it? Sarah asked. What kind of fishing was that? That's a fantastic question, Sarah. I caught one that was this long. It was kind of a big one, but it wasn't anything like this. When you're fishing, and it ends. Okay, let's switch the prompt. I don't know what I did to deserve it. But since that day, the creature has been stalking me day and night. Computer, generate me a horror story. Maybe. I have very little faith in this right now. Having some trouble, apparently. Here we go. I don't know what I did to deserve it, but since that day, the creature has been stalking me day and night. I don't know why it's so angry with me. As we were talking, it started raining. The clouds came up, and clouds were dropping. Clouds were dropping? I realized there were probably 100,000 people in the streets. The sky was filled with stars. I looked to the window and saw the rain hitting the roof of the hotel. It was all so strange and beautiful. I felt like it was watching the birth of something new, and beautiful, and new. I was lost in the beautiful world of raindrops. It was the first time I realized that the rain had made it possible for me to see the world as a gift to me, something I could take home and share with anyone I met. I didn't know what to think. I sat in that moment, Alright, that... not quite what I was looking for, but let's give this another shot. I don't know what I did to deserve it, but since that day, the creature has been stalking me day and night. I have felt the presence of the thing as it has moved towards me, and the fact it has now attacked is just awful. Dr. Goulson said he had previously warned the university about the potential danger, and that when he asked for help from the university, he was referred to police. Jesus. The fact that there is now an ongoing criminal investigation into this is very disturbing and very concerning, he said. Police said the investigation was ongoing and were seeking witnesses. Blah. Man, I've never been great at cold reading scripts, so this is really jogging those script reading, cold reading muscle. Anyway, next prompt. For only $1 a day, you could help a child in need. Generate. Okay, I have no idea where it's going to take this, and I'm a little bit worried. Maybe I shouldn't have, whatever, we're doing it. Maybe? There we go. For just $1 a day, you could help a child in need. It could be your own... It could be your own child, a friend's child, an orphan, or a stranger. $1 could go a long way. Every little bit counts. We are a registered non-profit charity, providing the community with free, warm, dry, nutritious food, clothing, and medicine through our food bank network. A few weeks ago, we helped over 2,000 children through our food bank network with supplies of food, clothes, and clothing for women and children. We are committed to giving the community a better life by helping those in need. If you would like to donate to our food bank network, please visit our online shop, donate here, or visit your local food bank. Our food bank network also assists the vulnerable people of Greater Manchester as part of the Manchester-wide network of food banks. Click to find out more about the Manchester-wide food bank network. We accept. That wasn't too bad. All right. Come on. Let's get going. Here we go. For only $1 a day, you too could help a child in need. Sign up today. The President and First Lady are on the road with the First Lady's Angelic Journey Tour, and they've made a stop in Nashville on Friday to see the work of Dr. John St. Paul, an ophthalmologist who specializes in developing medical solutions for people with eye conditions. The President, okay, you are stuck in a loop. I have heard problems with this. This is the first time that has actually affected me. Cool. All right. We'll try this one more. It's not going so great, but I have faith. I have faith in the computer. Not much patience, so come on. For only $1 a day, you could help a child in need. It's fast, easy, and totally free. Wait, what? Totally free. You'll make a difference to a child in need today. This page requires JavaScript to be enabled and site tooltips to be displayed. For more information on how you can help, please contact the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Alright, Okay. Let's try. Okay, how do those usually go? 10 best ways to slim down your waist? Yes. And build up muscle. Alright. This'll be our last prompt for the time being. 10. There we go. 10 best ways to slim down your waist and build up muscle. 3. Cut out junk foods and processed junk. You're missing a few steps here. We can't live without junk food and processed junk foods. If you really want to lose weight, then make sure that you don't eat processed junk foods and junk food. I always tell my clients that you should focus on what you eat, not how much you eat. That way, you can eat fewer calories and still have a good amount of nutrients. If you really want to drop weight and get ripped, then get rid of all that junk food and processed junk you have access to. Step 4. Exercise. Exercise is an important part of the solution. Exercise can help you lose weight, keep it off, and even build it up again. Exercise can help you maintain muscle and lose fat. You don't have to do it in the gym. You can do it outside, in the backyard. You can do it in the park. Could you, in the park? Okay, that actually kinda, sorta worked. A little bit mid-sentence there, but good job, computer. 10 best ways to slim down your waist and build up muscle. How to improve your health with a new diet, exercise, and lifestyle tips. Tips for how to get... This is boring. This is bleh. Just generating a whole bunch of article names. That's not interesting. 10 best ways to slim down your waist and build up muscle. It's always been the most effective way to improve my appearance, she says. It has never worked for other men. Wait. If you look at the male celebrities who've had the surgery, it just doesn't work. In 2011, the University of Chicago Medical Center, where Nardone did her studies, published a paper on the surgical technique. They compared the results of people with naturally thin bodies who had their weight restricted with surgery to those with naturally thick bodies who were either weight restricted and got a cosmetic enhancement. In the group of surgically restricted individuals, the patients gained almost 2 pounds per year after the surgery. The same difference didn't appear to exist in the group that didn't have the surgery, suggesting the surgical procedure may be less effective for men who are not lean but have a healthy body mass index, the paper said. Okay, let's do one more. One more and we'll call it an afternoon, I guess? Here it is 2:45, so it's afternoon for me. Don't know where you're watching, or when you're watching. It may be, Okay, no, this looks good. 10 best ways to slim down your waist and build up muscle. This week, we're reviewing some of our favorite ways to get slim, while also building muscle. Couple of advertisements. Number 1, get a new gym membership. Your body naturally burns calories when it's at rest. But if you're working out while you're asleep, you're really impressive. Your body has to work extra hard to get them out. If you work out at a gym, however, you're working out with a consistent routine. You get your workouts every day, not just when you have time or want to get in shape. That can have a huge impact on how your body looks. Plus, a gym membership is a lot more affordable than you think, especially if you buy it through a gym's membership program. Here are some of our favorites. Protein Rock Gym. Oh boy. Okay, actually, one more prompt. Just one. Let's be ridiculous. Okay. That was the day I became a pirate. Alright. We'll just do one of these, and then we'll call it a stream. That was the day I became a pirate. I'd already seen what they had to offer, and I was eager to take the risk. I jumped from a pirate ship to another, a few hours into the journey. It was a long, cold, dark journey full of danger, and a few very scary moments. I landed near my first port of call, and my first shipmate was none other than the Pirate King. We were on our way to a pirate base, which was located deep within the bowels of the world. It was the last stop in our pirate ship journey, and the base was the best. It was large, with many rooms and lots of pirates. The pirate captain asked me a few questions about the ship, and when I thought about it, so we parted on good terms. The next day I jumped off again. This time I was a pirate.
This was a big change for me, and I didn't know quite what. Something. Alright, okay, I like that one. One more, and that'll probably kill my voice, so I actually need to stop. This is weirdly addictive. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if anyone else finds this as fun as I do, but I'm hooked. That was the day I became a pirate. I joined the Navy. Okay. I joined the Navy and got to work, but I still didn't like being an officer. I liked being an ordinary, everyday man, working in my garage in my jeans. One day I was chatting with a friend of mine, a young man in his late 20s, and he asked, "What do you think about being a pirate?" I said. "I think about it when I get bored." I was bored. It was a terrible answer. I didn't feel bored, and I didn't want to give the impression I didn't care about the ocean. I wanted to have a good time. The only problem was I was on board the same boat with a lot of other pirates. The ship was a small one, only 2 decks high, and it was crowded and the pirates were all around. There was a captain in a little booth that you could use to talk to the ship's crew, and a steward who ran something. Okay, another. That was kind of boring. Well written. Weirdly well written for a computer. Sort of. Except for that weird Navy thing. But, moving on. That was the day I became a pirate. I'm not the kind of person who would have thought that. My first reaction to it was a little, what is this, a toy? But then I thought, I really like it. It's a nice thing to get, but I think, it is really cool that we get to do that. How do you feel about having some of your original designs for Star Wars toys come back into the play in this line? I just think that it's really cool. It's something that I really wanted to do, and to get my original designs in some way or form back in a toy. I'm sure they'll never come out again, but if we can get them back in a toy, I think that's a really great thing for everybody. I have all my original Star Wars designs that I did, and I like them. Okay. Not relevant to being a pirate. Okay. Okay, here we go. This sounds good. Yarr! That was the day I became a pirate. My name is Arden, a member of the legendary mercenary crew known as the Blood Pirates. For as long as I can remember, I've longed to be a part of the organization that is recognized as the pinnacle of excellence in battle. As I lay down to sleep one night, I had a dream. I had been on the brink of death. It was the only way I could escape the nightmare I was facing, the one of countless others I could imagine. That dream, that final night, will remain with me forever. I am the best pirate alive, my father would say. I've always been the best, he would say. I'm always the top. It's all nonsense, though. I'm just a pirate. I've never once been the best, never once been the king. My crew is strong. I'm strong. I'm invincible. Alright, that was at least fun. So, yeah, we'll call that a stream. I'll probably do more of this, and I swear at some point I will do a gaming video again. Possibly. There was a new Rage video something about falling. Rage videos are fun in a sense. Yeah, we'll go with that. Anyway, for now, thank you for watching. I have been your host, Johnny Littletoe. If you have any questions, concerns, queries, conundrums, put them down in the comments section down below, and I will see you next time.